for Coach Casey Beard, and we'll go to the first question I see raised with the hand raised. Well, that'll be Joseph Duarte with the Chronicles. Joseph, go ahead, and please be merciless to Casey.
Hey, Casey.
Hey, how's it going, Joseph?
Good, good. Congratulations on the promotion.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
A few minutes ago, Coach Sampson was talking about the moves, and he mentioned the relationship that you two had, and I believe it went back to when you were doing the Canadian national team duties. Wondering if you could just kind of give us a little bit of background on that, and maybe first impressions of that interaction with Coach Sampson, and sort of how that relationship has gone through the years.
Yeah, no, I was working in the video room at the Portland Trailblazers at the time, and Jay Triano was one of the lead assistants with the Trailblazers, and he was also going to be doing his first summer as the national team coach with Canada. And so he brought me along. I went on a few trips with them before we got to the senior team, but when we got to the senior team, we were going to spend 6 weeks together. And Coach Sampson was one of the first coaches I met. He was the lead assistant on the staff, and I mean, right away, you knew, he just commands with a presence. You just knew he was about winning. He was about the right things. And I'll also never forget, it was after our first scrimmage. We had scrimmaged against Jamaica in Toronto. And I'm just working my tail off, trying to get video ready for the coaches. And actually, Miss Sampson was kind enough, because the rest of the group and team was doing like a little social get together after. And so she was kind enough to bring me some food, and Coach Sampson came out as I was grinding away trying to get the film ready. So kind of from that moment on, I knew that we had a pretty good relationship, and he would ask me my thoughts on the team there with Canada. And as we went our separate ways, I ended up working for the Jazz the next year, but every time we played the Rockets, we always spoke for a while and caught up. And so just always kept in touch from there.
We'll go next to James Mueller with the Cougar. James, question for Coach Beard, please.
Yeah, so you talked about just your relationship with Coach Sampson, and you've been with the Houston program for a while. So can you just talk about what's building off of your relationship with Coach Sampson? What other aspects of it has made the Houston program feel like home to you, and why you've been able to stick around so long? And then also what you're excited about as you transition to this new role as an assistant coach?
Yeah, I think what's been exciting is being here for the whole journey with Coach Sampson and seeing the 7 years from where we started to where we've come has been very rewarding. And I think for me personally, getting to know Coach Sampson, getting to know what he's about, what his family's about. But for me, who, has always wanted to be in coaching with aspirations to one day be a head coach, is to be in a position to learn from him every day. Like, we get all those ads now for master classes, and people are always trying to find what successful people do. To me, it's just when you're around someone like Coach Sampson every day, you're just taking mental notes all the time. And it's just the ability he has and the talent he has to get his teams to play the hardest, to compete at the highest level. Year in and year out. Even our first year, when we finished with 4 straight wins before we lost in the conference tournament, just that was no different than what he does this year. We just maybe had less talent at the time, but his ability to get the best out of people is truly a gift. And he does it with his staff as well. I value during my time here, he doesn't micromanage me. He gives me, hey, Casey, this is what I need you to do, and he lets me run with it. And so any way that I can help our program be successful is what I'm going to try and do. It's what I've tried to do since I've been here, is just buy into his vision. And, when you're part of the family and it means that much more. And so I'm excited about the opportunity now to grow as an assistant coach and find ways to help us win from this position, just like I did from the video room.
Thank you. We'll go to Mark Berman with Fox 26. Mark, if you have a question for Coach Beard, go ahead.
Casey, how you doing?
Doing well. How are you, Mark?
Good, good. What does it mean to you that Kelvin is rewarded you, promoting from within, moving you up in this fashion after you've been paying these dues for all this time?
And to me, it's just extreme gratitude. I've tried to express that to Coach, is because I know there's nothing, guaranteed. There's nothing that, he could, given our success, given his status, given his ability to go hire any top assistant coach in the country or former head coaches, that's not lost on me. And so I'm just extremely grateful that he's given me the opportunity, and I look forward to just working my tail off for him.
Thanks.
We'll go to Andy Yanez with Cougar, or maybe not now. Andy, go ahead.
Not anymore, Jeff. Not anymore. Casey, when it talks to what Kelvin Sampson just said recently, he said with the entire coaching staff, you all would take a bullet for Kelvin Sampson, and he would do the same for y'all. Can you talk a little bit about what that relationship with this coaching staff is?
Yeah, when you work in sports, you just spend so much time together. And if you don't enjoy each other and it's not a family, then life's miserable. Let's just face facts. And so what makes this such a great place and a great experience, and the reason that I want to continue to be here and continue to be with Coach Sampson as long as I can is because of that family atmosphere. And it's, you look at our staff, we haven't had a lot of changes in 7 years. And there's a reason for that, is we all genuinely want to be here. We love working for Coach Sampson. Like he said, we'll take a bullet for him. He'll take a bullet for us, because we're all moving in the same direction. We're all going in the same, some people use the row the boat analogy and different analogies out there, but we're all going in the same way. And having worked in other places and in the NBA and things, that's not always the case. And so in my experience, when you're in an opportunity and in an environment that's special, like the University of Houston under Coach Sampson, why would you be in a hurry to leave? Why would you not stay as long as you can and keep working to continue to build this program and bring this program, more success? And that's what we're all working for.
Okay, we'll go back to Joseph Duarte with Chronicles. Joseph, go ahead.
Casey, can you kind of describe the position, the roles? I mean, with video, you did scouting reports and stuff like that. Sort of I guess now the big things are, game day and then I guess going out and recruiting as well. Is there a huge difference in your mind in terms of how you'll have to, handle things differently, or are there elements of some of both that, you kind of incorporate?
Yeah, I think when you've worked in video, you'll always carry that with you. You think of all the coaches that have come up that have a background in the video department, you're never going to lose, or what you always want to take with you is the hard work. People that work in the video room have a reputation of working hard. And so the first thing I want to do is make sure that I carry that with me in my recruiting, coaching on the floor. All the new responsibilities that I'll have is that, you're just going to give it your all. You'll give it your best. And, what I'm excited about is the opportunity to develop more relationships with people. You get into coaching to have a positive impact on people's lives. In the video room, one of the areas that I oversaw was our student managers. And so I, was able to help our student managers progress in their careers. We've had student managers that are now working in the NBA that came through our student manager program. And because of Coach Sampson and the what we've done here, they were afforded opportunities to move their career. And I take a lot of joy and satisfaction in doing that. And I want to do the same thing now with our players, and just trying to continue to help these guys be the best people they can be and achieve their goals and dreams.
Got time for a couple more questions. One of them will go to Chris Gardner. Chris, go ahead, please.
Coach, how does U of H compare to the NBA? Your time at U of H, how does it compare in terms of development, equipment, technology, things like that?
Yeah, I'd say we've got everything that an NBA team has, and I still maintain a lot of close relationships with my time with the Blazers and also with the Jazz, and then other friends that I have throughout the league. But the thing that I've always said, whenever, we've brought in recruits and we're meeting with them, and if they ask me a question, I tell them that having spent time in the NBA and spent time with national teams like Canada's national team, the time that we spend in player development is unparalleled. I've worked with other college programs, a lot of them, it's just getting up shots here and there. I mean, we are invested in player development. And Coach Sampson, I mean, we can't speak enough about the effort as assistant coaches, as a coaching staff that we put into that, because, that's how we ultimately get these guys to where they want to go, to where we want to get our team go. And so, to me, when you look at the NBA, you look at what we do here at the University of Houston, it's very much an NBA program, because the NBA gets a lot of guys, especially their rookies, that may not impact winning year one, but they're going to be in there. They're learning how to become a professional. So a lot of it is, what time do you get to the gym? What is your routine? Game day, what time are you showing up? You're trying to establish really good habits. And so that's what we do here. We're going to get these guys as freshmen. We're going to help them establish the habits to be successful. And I think Quentin, Coach has talked about it a number of times. You saw Quentin year one to Quentin year two, and a lot of it was his buy-in at the player development level and getting ready to compete at the highest level.
Okay, we'll go back. This will be the last question here for Coach Beard. We'll go to Joseph Duarte again. Joseph, fire away.
Casey, real quick on assignments, what will you specifically handle in terms of on court? Will you work with the guards as well, or how will that go down?
So I'll work with the 5-man. So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, naturally we're going to put the 5'9" person with the biggest players on the court. But yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm looking forward to it. I have a background a little bit with the other places that I've been, where I've been involved with post development. So I'm looking forward to it.
Gotcha. Thanks.